Unbearable pain exploded inside my head, like countless steel needles drilling deep into my brain, but almost immediately the pain was replaced by a strange sense of comfort that felt as if my very soul was becoming lighter. Then I clearly felt it. The invisible barrier deep inside my mind that had always limited my spatial ability was suddenly shattered by that energy. I had broken through my mental threshold. Instantly, my control over space skyrocketed. I hurriedly checked the core of my power, and the moment I saw it, my breathing stopped. My storage space, which had once only been 1 cubic meter, now looked as if an invisible hand had violently torn it open. It was expanding rapidly. In just a few seconds, it grew to 2 cubic meters. The tiny box-like space from before had transformed into something closer to a warehouse. But that wasn't even the most important part. After the expansion ended, a completely new mark of power quietly appeared at the center of my space. I moved my thoughts and pulled a glass of water from the bedside table into my storage space before activating the new mark. The instant I used it, the moving water inside the glass suddenly stopped completely. Even a droplet that was about to fall remained frozen in midair. Time, inside that space, had been completely paused. In that moment, I immediately understood the meaning of my new ability: absolute stasis. Any non-living object or form of energy placed inside my space would remain locked in its exact condition forever. And if a living creature was forcibly placed inside, even its life activities would nearly stop, as if it had been trapped inside a cage where time itself no longer moved. I instantly realized how terrifying this ability truly was. In the future, I wouldn't just be able to store more warheads, flames, explosions, or shockwaves. At the exact moment an enemy attacked, I could directly drag their attack, or even parts of their body, into my space. Even more terrifying, I could temporarily place parts of my own body inside the spatial dimension and release them somewhere else, creating attacks that were almost like teleportation itself. This wasn't simply an increase in quantity anymore. This was an evolution in quality. I slowly clenched my fists, feeling the overwhelming spatial force flowing through my body, while a cold glint quietly appeared in my eyes. With my current strength, even if I faced a true fifth-order powerhouse head-on, I no longer needed to gamble my life in a desperate fight. And right at that moment, emotional news suddenly echoed from the public television outside the hospital room. Starting today, the highly anticipated National Superpowered Higher Academy Joint Grand Examination has officially begun in the capital city of Jingcheng. Hundreds of S-class and A-class geniuses from the Federation's major corporations, top families, and military factions have already gathered in Jingcheng. They will compete fiercely for positions within the Federation's 3 highest academies in a month-long battle of talent and strength. On the television screen, one arrogant and youthful face after another appeared wearing luxurious combat suits. Behind them were famous family crests, while countless camera flashes illuminated the scene like endless waves. It looked as if those people had been born to stand above the clouds themselves. I stood quietly beside the window, silently watching the screen as my gaze slowly turned colder and colder. Those people. They were the true chosen ones of heaven. Wealth, status, resources, glory. They had possessed everything since the day they were born. Meanwhile, I had crawled out from ruined slums and dark alleys after surviving countless brushes with death. But precisely because of that, I needed to go there even more. I walked into the bathroom, washed all the blood and dirt from my body, and changed into the black combat suit I had taken from a bloody battle. After that, I strapped the long and narrow sword I took from Master Gen's safe onto my back. Finally, I turned around and looked one last time at my younger sister sleeping peacefully on the hospital bed. She had finally survived. In that case, now it was my turn to make this world pay its debt to me. I pushed open the hospital doors, and the midday sunlight struck as sharply as a blade. But I only narrowed my eyes slightly before stepping forward without hesitation. Jingcheng, this city full of darkness and suffering, had only been a beginner's village all along. The true stage was waiting in Jingcheng. This time, I would let those arrogant geniuses experience something they had never known before, the true game of despair. And this was only the beginning.
Follow, like, comment, and share for Season 2.